Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Eye. 9 episodes, 1 complete map. We began at the tomb on High Street in the Square and Compass Lodge. We walked through the rituals, the symbols embedded in our currency and capital, the 20th century handoff that fused these orders into the apex of the Intel cartel. We watched them upload into the digital veil, naming the living bloodlines, descended into the esoteric core, witnessed the modern rites still performed in 2026, and finally heard the fractures forming inside the temple itself. Today we step past every oath, every file, every handshake, and ask the only question that matters. What happens when the veil is finally torn away? This is episode 9 of the Veiled Orders, Beyond the Veil. The breaking points are already visible. Scenario 1. The next authenticated mass leak. Not another blurry initiation video, a digital dump, membership rolls, current Bones dossiers, internal Scottish Rite communications, and 33rd degree transcripts, mirrored instantly across decentralized platforms. The cartel's old containment strategy collapses when verification happens faster than pre-bunking. Younger initiates, already wavering, see their own names and futures in the files and choose exit over complicity. The protection networks that once operated in total darkness suddenly face sunlight from every direction. Scenario 2. Accelerated generational revolt. The taps of the 2010s and 2020s were raised in a world where the full map of the cartel is searchable in minutes. Some refuse the final oaths. Others accept the tap but quietly feed verified information outward. A critical mass of mid-level 30 seconds and Bones alumni begins walking away, not in dramatic press conferences, but in quiet resignations, redirected philanthropy, and funding for the parallel systems we mapped in the Intel Cartel series. When the bloodlines lose their own children, the temple empties from within. Scenario 3. Sustained, distributed public pressure. Not marches, not petitions. Coordinated, relentless sunlight. Independent researchers cross-referencing every Bonesman or 33rd degree name against black budget contracts, CBDC advisory panels, and Epstein-adjacent networks. State legislators begin demanding membership disclosures for judges, regulators, and intelligence officials. Local lodges face membership collapse when the public finally connects the square and compass on the courthouse wall to the quiet handshakes that stall every real reform. The order's greatest strength, secrecy, becomes their fatal vulnerability once enough eyes refuse to look away. What does the other side of the veil actually look like? Not the cartoon collapse of every elite in handcuffs, not utopia. Simply the restoration of accountability. Power returns to visible, revocable structures, local assemblies, transparent finance, open source technology. The unfinished pyramid on the dollar bill is finally completed by the people who were always meant to finish it. The all-seeing eye loses its monopoly when millions build their own decentralized eyes, mesh networks, citizen archives, sovereign tools that answer to no hidden temple. The bloodlines still exist. The lodges may still meet, but without the veil of secrecy and the machinery of compromat, they become what they always claimed to be on the surface: private clubs with charity dinners and colorful aprons. No more silent veto over policy. No more quiet intervention in courtrooms. No more feeding the apex that runs the cartel we exposed earlier. This is not wishful thinking. It is the logical conclusion of the fractures we documented last episode. Every leak widens the crack. Every defector removes another stone. Every citizen who shares this map builds a parallel institution or simply refuses to participate in the old order accelerates the process. The Veiled Orders were never omnipotent. They were a system of control built on darkness. Turn on enough lights, and the system dissolves. We have now mapped 2 full seasons, the Intel cartel and the Veiled Orders that supply its human infrastructure. The architecture is no longer hidden. The bloodlines are named. The rights are described. The fractures are audible. The next move is yours. Delete the apps that feed the veil. Support the researchers who risk everything to drop the next file. Build the parallel economies, the local networks, the sovereign tools that make old orders irrelevant. Teach your children the real history instead of the approved narrative. Share these episodes, not for drama, but for clarity. The temple doors are still standing, but the light is already pouring through the cracks. This series ends not with despair, but with direction. The veiled orders shape the last 2 centuries. A population that sees them clearly can shape the next 2. Thank you for walking every step of this arc with us. If these 9 episodes have given you the map, the language, and the refusal to look away, then the veil is already thinner than it was when we began. The Eye will return with new seasons, new layers, new battlefields. But this chapter is closed. The tomb is open. The lodge doors are swinging wide. The light is here. This has been The Eye, Episode 9 of the Veiled Orders. Share the entire season. Build beyond the veil. The only thing these orders ever truly feared was enough eyes that finally refused to blink. We'll see you on the other side. In the next series coming up, we will focus on the release of the UFO files. This has been The Eye. God bless you, and God bless America.